price is moving exactly as predicted in our last update. If you remember, what we wanted to see was not only for price to go sideways, but we also expected a triangle to be formed. And if I go back to the charts, that's exactly what happened. So with that said, I sent just one setup on the Discord this week, which was a long position against the low of the trend line. So what I said was that this was a decent long against the trend line as we had an imbalance at the lows. And what happened was that this low marked the bottom before we saw a very nice rise to the upside. But after this, what happened is that price simply continued on going sideways. So today this update will be a very quick one, as since our last update, price has been going sideways just as we expected. So the first thing that I want to say is that, of course, personally I do remain bullish, as our target at $114,000 still remains to be hit. So personally, as I'm still expecting higher prices next week, I will mainly be focused on long positions. And then the second thing that I want to say is that we have two ways of looking at this triangle. So if you look at the bottom trend line, of course, it's very well defined as we have multiple rejections against it. However, if you look at the upper trend line, we only have two rejections on it. So in my opinion, it's not as well defined as the bottom trend line. So this is why this would be the first way to look at this triangle, but a more accurate way to look at it, in my opinion, would be that we have an ascending triangle as we have pretty much a triple top against the upper trend line. So maybe you could move it a bit lower, something like this would be acceptable. And in the end, you will come out with this ascending triangle. And these would be the only two things that I would note right here. The first one is, as I said, I do remain bullish, which is why personally I would be focused on long positions next week. And the second one is that we have a potential ascending triangle. So with all of this in mind, in my view, we have two potential scenarios for the long positions. The first one is what I talked about in the previous update, and that was that if we formed a triangle, which we did, then we could see a fake out below the triangle, and if we see a reclaim of the bottom trend line, then this could offer a nice long position for a move higher at the break of the high of the range at $110,000. But the second scenario is that this ascending triangle actually turns into a sideways range. What do I mean by this? Well, we could, for example, get a move up, take out this triple top, and then get a reversal to the downside, take out the low at $99,400, and if we see a reclaim of the low, then this could offer a very nice long position for a rotation of the range and a move towards $110,000. And personally, even though I don't fully expect this scenario to play out, it would be very nice if offered. So with all of that said, that was mainly it for this update. As I said, this would be a very quick one. So a quick recap, personally, I do remain bullish. I would still like to see our target at $114,000 hit. So that's why next week, personally, I will mainly be focused on long positions. In my view, we have two scenarios. The first one would be a fake out below the triangle, and then this could offer a nice long position for a reversal to the upside. But the second scenario is that this triangle actually turns into a sideways range, in which case we could get a much bigger drop, take out the low at $99,400, and then this would be again your second scenario for a potential nice long position and a much bigger reversal to the upside. So as usual, if you guys enjoyed this update, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.